I'm Gio. Hi. Originally from Cambridge, Massachusetts, but I've lived in New York City for 8 years now. I prefer to play heavy metal and punk ukulele. I play all kinds. I actually have a nice wall at home of ukuleles. This right here is my travel beater ukulele. This is a Mahalo that I sanded down and spray painted black. You may ask me what color it was beforehand, and I'll tell you, it was black, but it wasn't black enough, so there it is. And I just put a pickup in it so I can plug it in. I have a Lanikai tenor flame maple ukulele, which is my first normal ukulele, which and actually it's my most recent acquired ukulele, but it's the only normal one that I own. It sounds actually kind of like ukulele as opposed to everything else I play, and it's a lovely instrument. My other absolute favorite one to play is Ariza uke stick soprano, because it looks like a Devo instrument. Looks like one of those Steinberger basses. And the other one that I really like to play, it used to be a great value instrument, was the Triumph ukulele, which was made in Canada. And I got it, when I bought it, it was $35, and it's got this crazy new wave triangle body, which I, again, sanded down and spray painted with auto body paint until it was metallic red. It has since gone up to, I think, $60. $60 is kind of tipping the scales as to whether or not I think it's a great value instrument. But at $35, it was an amazing instrument. I've always had a love of real nonsense instruments, and especially like arranging, well-known pieces of music for kind of nonsense instruments. I used to watch a lot of street performers growing up in Cambridge. In particular, there's a one-man band who built his own instruments that I really enjoyed. I took a course in college on building instruments and made some weird stuff like that. So I was always thinking and looking for just unusual sounds in music, and so that was a big influence on that. But then once I found that group, I was like, oh, it's perfect. I'll take that. I'll adopt that. Well, ukulele influences are actually pretty easy because I started playing the instrument because I was given one by my best friend, because he knew I liked weird instruments, and so I just collected them. So he gave me one, and I sort of noodled around on it. And then I spent a semester in London in 2002 and I was looking for things to do, and I saw a gig for the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain, which I'm sure you know of. And I went something like an hour out of London to Nowheresville, England somewhere, to the Old Rose and Crown bar, where there was the Old Rose and Crown Folk Club, which is the bar, but on Wednesday nights it was the Folk Club. And I paid my membership dues so that I could go in, which was, I think, £1, so it's okay. And I saw them, and I thought it was great. I was like, oh, it's cool. And so I started going to the shows pretty regularly. And I was like, oh, this is really, really funny. And I was like, oh, but you know what? Actually, I like this instrument. And at the same time, I was also wandering around London and looking at weird musical instrument shops, because I like doing that. And I found the Ovation Factory outlet, and I went inside, and the entire first floor was electric ukuleles. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, all right, I need one of those. And I had played guitar before that, and I mostly played blues and folk. But I saw electric ukulele, I was like, oh, I'm going to get those, so I'm going to learn to play metal. So, yeah, that was it. I heard a band I really liked, and I found an instrument that was ridiculous. And this is a song that actually has a title. This is actually a guitar song, which I never finished, and then transcribed for ukulele, and kind of finished it. So it's good. We'll see if it ends. And I refer to this song as M-U-I. Those are the initials, M-U-I. I'll leave it up to you to figure out what it stands for. Michael Wagner, also known as Chappie. He's great. He does a very percussive ukulele style. Very interesting, kind of like Khaki King, if you know her. She's a guitarist. He's a ukuleles. Another good friend of mine, his name's John Brayman, also known as the godfather of ukulele hip-hop. I am not joking. It sounds... when you say it like that, it sounds like it should be awful, but he's actually quite good. He's this sort of hippie, mid-30s Jewish guy who raps with a ukulele. But he's actually he does a lot of songs about I would say with political themes or environmental themes or just sort of personal anecdotes. But he plays with a real good band, and it's great sound. Who else do I really like? I have a friend named Kabu, who does experimental jazz ukulele. It's sort of like atonal experimental jazz. He's done a lot of bizarre things, and if you ever go see a live show of his, he always tries to do something different. I think the last time I saw him, he just finished a song cycle about an asteroid. And he had us recite, everyone in the audience had to recite some piece of text that related to this asteroid. So he's great. For more songs not at all like this, because I really only upload live versions of covers that we do at odd cabarets that no one goes to, please visit thingsBIGthe at youtube.com/thingsBIGthe. I'm sorry, I just spat straight at you, the virtual audience. There's a dot right there, I think is the lens. It's not, the lens is there.
Yeah.
So you dodged my virtual spit. You're lucky, on account of the fact that the big things had already been taken, and that's all I could think of was reversing the things. Yes, but by all means, go to it. Please don't watch the ones with the most hits. They're not good. Watch the other ones. I would arrange the videos by least views to the most views, and start with the ones that no one wants. I mean, by all means, everyone likes the bad ones. I don't like the bad ones, but you like the bad ones. Who watch the bad ones? Watch whatever. Don't watch them. They're all terrible. Don't watch anything. Just avoid it.
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget my son to include everyone. I'll tuck you in, woman, and keep your feet bumped, and till the family comes.